Guys, today we're gonna find out how many kilometers each of these two cars can drive when their battery hits 0% state of charge. Behind me, I have the older Model 3 and the newer Model Y Juniper. Each of those cars have their own buffers, which are typically not advertised. For instance, the Model 3 has about 2.9 kilowatt hour remaining capacity inside the battery when your car hits zero, and the Model Y Juniper has about 3.4 kilowatt hour, which is equivalent to an extra 4.5% state of charge. Now, a lot of people have range anxieties. They think whenever an EV, and especially Tesla, hits zero, then the car is completely dead. That's absolutely not true. And in this video, we're gonna see how many laps each car can do around the corner whenever both batteries hits 0% state of charge.
For both tests, we drove laps on the same route following the speed limit of 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. The first run was with the 2025 Model Y Juniper. After driving more than 20 kilometers, we were greeted by a warning stating that the vehicle might soon be unable to drive due to the low battery level. Despite the message and the noticeable reduction in power, the car continued to drive normally. Of course, we stayed close to a charging station just in case. Shortly after passing the 25-kilometer mark, another warning appeared instructing us to pull over as the vehicle was preparing to shut down. Next, it was time to see how our 2019 Model 3 performance would do. Although the Model 3 is theoretically less efficient, it delivered an impressive result, especially considering its age, 100,000 kilometers of mileage, and the extensive modifications we have made to it. It followed the same route, under the same conditions, and at the same speed of 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. Just like with the Model Y, we made sure to stay close to a charging station. When it was finally time to stop, the results were surprisingly strong. As we were conducting the test, we noticed something interesting regarding the energy consumption. Our SEXY products read data directly from the Tesla's battery management system, the BMS. As mentioned earlier, the SEXY Dash reported a 3.4 kWh energy buffer in the Model Y Juniper. However, once the test was over, the Tesla trip screen showed that the vehicle consumed exactly 5 kWh. We observed a similar discrepancy with the 2019 Model 3 performance. The Dash reported a 2.9 kWh buffer, but by the end of the test, the trip data indicated that 4.1 kWh had been consumed. While we cannot say with certainty why this difference exists, it is an interesting observation that may warrant further investigation.
Guys, the results are in, and it's extremely impressive how both vehicles were able to drive this extra distance when they both hit the zero mark. So the Model Y Juniper was able to drive 20 kilometers before it hit a special warning which says that you are unable to drive, but actually the guys were able to drive an additional 5 kilometers, and then the car started shaking very kind of rapidly. They got scared, so they went immediately to the charging station. They tried to open the charge port and start charging, but the charge port didn't open for the first few tries. Eventually, they were able to manage to open it. They started charging, and that's it. So the car was able to drive 52 minutes and did 25 extra kilometers of range. And the older Model 3, which was built back in 2019, was able to drive for an additional 48 minutes, which was equivalent to about 17.4 kilometers before it got this extra warning that the person behind the wheel is not able to drive anymore. So the guys park the car, start charging, and they have the numbers. So everybody who is afraid that whenever your car hits the zero mark, the car is going to be dead, you have plenty of juice still left inside your car. So you can be brave, drive without any concerns, because your cars can handle a lot more range than you think. Guys, this test took a lot of time to conduct, just like the old one we did with the tire swap. So we would appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We try to be creative and do educational videos every single week, so just hit the button. I'm gonna see you in the next one.